All right, what's up, guys? Welcome in to another streaming goodness. What's up, guys? Welcome to some more streaming goodness. How we doing today? What's up? Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? How we all doing? How we all doing? Hey, all. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Today we're going to be yapping, so it's going to be a good day to just chill and talk and just have a good time, you know? So that should be fun. There's been a lot of announcements at Evo France. What? A lot of announcements at Evo France? That's weird. What kind of announcement? Oh, I do know that the new character for Tekken is coming out, or the new trailer is coming at Evo France. Dragon Ball FighterZ still lived? Excuse me? FighterZ? Did FighterZ... Wait, is FighterZ getting an update? Check mod chat? Okay, hold on. Dragon Ball FighterZ Evo France announcement trailer. Alright, I guess we're starting... We're starting the stream with Dragon Ball FighterZ? What a weird, what a strange, you could have said 10 different games and Dragon Ball FighterZ wouldn't have been on that list, to be honest. I would never have guessed Dragon Ball FighterZ. Never. So, okay, let's see that. Oh, cool. I'm pretty stoked. I like Dragon Ball FighterZ. I don't like the state that it turned into. But I do like Dragon Ball FighterZ itself. You know, it's pretty good. At least in the beginning. So let's see how this is turning out here. Let's put this here. And then, sorry, I'm switching browsers and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of trying to navigate stuff. I'm trying to navigate this stuff, you know? Trying to be all cool. Sorry, give me 1 second, everybody. Okay, we're going to be watching this trailer. We're going to be watching stuff. We're going to be doing things. We're going to be... I mean, today is all about just chilling. And then later on today, we're going to be watching some VTuber clips. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty stoked about it. About. For the people that speak Canadian. A boot. Okay. We're good. Okay. All right. All settled. All taken care of. All right. What's happening here? What is going on in Dragon Ball FighterZ? There we go. Finally got it. Okay. What's happening in Dragon Ball FighterZ? New announcement? Yeah, dude, new announcement for Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's the last game I ever expected to have an announcement. I'll be completely honest with you. So let's go ahead and watch this. But to be honest with you, if there is a game or there's a region that keeps fighters alive, it's France. France loves fighters and they're so good at fighters. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ is like, that's their game. Goichi. Wait, is this a... Oh, these are the Evo champions. Or are these just like the best fighters play? Is this an announcement for like an exhibition? Oh, who? So this is like a world tour? Or this is an exhibition? Master Showdown. Okay, and then new... I thought this was going to show off a new patch. Okay. I love SS4. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's new. Hold on. I'm just starting to get new things. Hold on a second. What is this? Bro, it's like a perfect parry reflect? Oh, damn. Okay. Dude, are you actually gonna make the game like not a freaking... Oh, that's actually kind of sick. So yeah, they have a perfect parry. mechanic. Probably some new stuff. Wait, was that 2 5Hs in a row? October 12th? Tomorrow? Whoa! Well, that's sick. Another Goku? Really? Another Goku. What Goku is... Wait, GT lives? What? GT lives? It's from Daima? Wait, Super Saiyan 4 was announced in Daima? What? Wait, did they... Wait, is SSJ4... Is Super Saiyan 4 canon? I know that GT lives because of Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but it's like, man, they put another one. But this one's from Daima.
The big twist in Daima was debuting 4. Like, last episode twist.
Huh. Wait, isn't Daima canon? Or is Daima another spin-off? Is Daima like another spin-off? I haven't seen Daima yet. I only seen one clip from Daima. Everything is canon. GT is not canon. 2 timelines, both canon. Huh. Huh. So this is... Oh, yeah, this is Toriyama's last work. Well, damn, I think I have to watch Daima now. I think I gotta watch Daima. Well, damn. Okay. Huh. Don't diss GT like that? I will. GT sucked ass. GT was whack, dude. The only thing that was good about GT was Super Saiyan 4, actually. And wink, wink, that's the only thing that came out of GT that actually made it over to canon. You know? I know. I do not like GT. I hated GT. Well, to be honest, some of the villains that came out of GT were really good. Like Baby was good. I think Omega Shenron was good. That's it. No, GT sucked ass, dude. Let's not beat around the bush here. The best things that come out of GT were Super Saiyan 4 and some of the villains, okay? That's it. That's just period. You can't argue with that. The GT sucked ass. Yeah, Baby, Omega Shenron, best villains. Other than that, everything else sucked. I hated Super 17. Thank God they didn't bring in Super 17. Super 17 was so stupid. And what was the other thing? I think that's about it. I think the big villains were Super 17, Baby, and the Omega Shenron. And yeah, I think so. Was there anything else? I can't remember. The Vegeta stash is a good meme. The Vegeta stash is a good meme. I'll give you that. It's a good meme. But other than that, even Vegeta was kind of a... Bro, the fact that they had to give Vegeta a machine to turn into Super Saiyan 4 was really whack, dude. I hated that. I'm like, man, don't diss my boy Vegeta. He can do it. Don't give him a freaking fake machine, whatever. But I guess it all made sense under the vacuum of he doesn't have his tail anymore. But at the same time, I'm like, I just didn't like that. I don't like that at all. Give him, which is why I like the fact that Super introduced Ultra Ego instead of Ultra Instinct. Like, there's a reason why Vegeta can't be Ultra Instinct, but Ultra Ego is freaking 10 out of 10, dude. Like, give him something else to give him a similar power up. And that's exactly what they did with Super, which I like. So anyways, I know people who get salty for these, but I agree. Dude, who cares about those people? I don't give a rat's ass about those people. You can like GT, and you and I can exist in the same timeline, in the same world. You can like GT, I can hate GT, and we can still coexist as human beings. I'm just telling you my take on it. Tomorrow, you will still go to work, you'll still pay your taxes, and you're still going to love GT. I'm going to go to work, I'm going to pay my taxes, and I'm going to hate GT. And we just go like that, you know? We all coexist. Get it? Anyway. So, cool. I want to see what exactly did they show off here. It seems like those were like 2 5Hs. Yeah, dude, that's freaking sweet. Huh. Do you think of GT when going to work? I haven't thought of GT in years. Actually, since Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta got released in Fighters. That's the last time I ever thought about GT. Super Saiyan 4 hard div Super Saiyan Blue. I actually agree with that. I actually do agree with that. I don't like I like Super Saiyan 4 more than Super Saiyan Blue. I like the concept of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is super convoluted to me. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. But Ultra Instinct, that's a different story. That's a goated power up. Super Saiyan 4 slaps hard. Interesting. So they're bringing in men. So I have to bring in. So is everything pretty much the same with Super Saiyan 4? In Daima, because this is 2 different things, right? This is Daima compared to GT. Well, the biggest thing I think is that he doesn't have red hair. He has the black hair in GT. But this is Goku. This is like Goku, right? Super Saiyan 4 blue kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Agreed. I actually agree. I do like the blue hair, but the way they went about it is so convoluted. They don't turn into grade golden apes in Super Saiyan 4, though. But this is... So the transformation itself is probably... Or the explanation is a little bit different. That's cool. Are we getting the Vegeta variant, too? Does Vegeta also turn into Super Saiyan 4 in Daima? That's crazy, bro. In Daima is a lot more monkey-ish, which I actually like. I actually like a lot. That's really cool. Okay, I'm going to have to watch Daima. If you don't care for spoilers, I actually do care for spoilers in Dragon Ball because I like Dragon Ball. I just haven't had the chance to watch anime. So this is already a huge spoiler for me, but, you know, what can you do? But I'm probably going to be watching Daima now, for sure. There's a little bit of change of design in Super Saiyan 4 and Daima for Goku. I like it because this is actually Toriyama taking inspiration from GT because he's like, okay, that's actually... Like, even Toriyama agrees, like, Super Saiyan 4 is pretty good. Actually, it's not too bad. I don't know how Super Saiyan 4 came about. If it's not like if they consulted Toriyama from GT, or if they just straight up made it up and they're like, yeah, this is how I feel like it would be, and then they did that, and then Toriyama said, I kind of like that, and then he kind of incorporated it into Daima. But I think it's neat that Fighters is still alive. So far, it seems like I haven't played Fighters in forever, dude. I don't like the recent updates they did for Fighters. I don't like the whole comeback mechanic they incorporated, where if you're down 1 character, you just do like Giga Damage. Oh, actually, that one's not too bad. The one that I really don't like is the crazy amounts of degeneracy when it comes to EX bars. EX moves being half a bar and them just doing stupid damage and them being like the most broken moves ever, and you can just spam them no matter what, is kind of insane to me. And Super Dash has always been kind of just a pain in the ass. But it seems like they have some really cool things coming to make the game pretty fun. You know what I mean? I do like the idea of perfect parrying with Reflect. That's actually kind of cool because Reflect is kind of like is really good, right? And it's really strong in that, and it's needed for this game. But a perfect parry kind of makes it so you have a kind of a skill expression, you know? And you have all, dude. I'm surprised Gotenks didn't 2H the hell out of that. Like, come on, dude. What are you doing? That's 3 in a row, I think. That's crazy, man. That's cool. I'm glad that Fighters is still alive. I'm very surprised it's still alive, I'll be honest. let's see. Apparently, the character designer made SSJ4 themselves, but Toriyama acknowledged it a couple times by drawing it before. Then Daima Toriyama put his version in, and I like that. That's really cool. Nice, nice. Well, that's neat. That we get Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Fighters. Because I imagine, which is the game that is still being updated? What's the Pirate Warriors of Dragon Ball? Is it Xenoverse? Or is that, no, I think it's Sparking Zero, no? Now it's Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero, did they put in Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Sparking Zero? Or are they still doing Xenoverse 2 stuff? Sparking Zero also has a bunch of Daima DLC. Okay, that makes sense. See, that's cool. I can't believe I haven't heard of it. I'm surprised that I gone this long without hearing about it. That's nuts. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's neat. Does anybody here actually still play Fighters in my chat? There's not a lot of people here, but does anybody still even play Fighters? I feel like not a lot of people play Fighters. I mean, there's probably still a couple people, but Fighters is not very popular right now, for sure. It's not very popular right now. I might try again with this. I don't think I'm gonna go back to it. I don't know, man. I'm kind of I have a really good time playing 2XKO currently. 2XKO has been kind of going nuts for me. You'll play Fighters. So is this enough to be able to pull you guys back in, you think? Let me see here. Where in the world? Let's see here. 2XKO has been I've been really liking 2XKO personally. Just some background music. I will say that I am excited to see the trailer to see how the new character in Tekken 8 works, because if she looks super cool, then I will reinstall Tekken 8. Because that's a character that if she doesn't pull me in, there's only so many characters that will. Like Marduk, maybe Julia. Those are probably the only two characters that'll really pull me back into Tekken. But when it comes to new characters, I feel like this is like my only opportunity to potentially come back into Tekken 8. Because right now, I just not a huge fan of Tekken 8. But if there's a cool ass character, dude, I'll 100% play them. So we'll see how this goes. Grand Blue, I'm just waiting for Ilsa. Oh, the new character Meg, I do think I might play because I think she looks cool. I don't think I've seen any gameplay, and I don't know how they're gonna play. But if they play cool, I'll hop back in. I'll hop back in for sure. So right now, the Evil France, we're waiting for versus stuff. Right now, they're talking about random movie game things. So are they currently just? Do you think we're gonna get a trailer now, or are they gonna do like a top 8 type thing and then do it? Is that today? Is that tomorrow? Because today's Saturday. I don't know what time it is in France. It's gonna be top 8 soon. Well, hopefully they release some stuff right now. Let's see. I'm over here waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4. Listen up, amigo. You are not gonna get Cage 4 for at least another 3 years. At least another 3 years. If the last game is anything to go off of. In like 40 minutes at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. right now in France. Oh, I see. Top 8 versus starts in 10 minutes. Okay, so hopefully we get something now. That'd be sweet. Once the trailer drops, I wanna look at that immediately. But yeah, today we're gonna be essentially just talking about a bunch of stuff, topics, and seeing what's going on currently and just hanging out more than anything, you know? And should be good. Should be good. It's confirmed today, but also soon. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know if it's after top 8 or if it's before top 8, but we'll see. We'll see here, man. For now, let's talk about a couple things. Let's hang out. I want to see an actual VTuber attending Evo, but I know it's not going to happen. I mean, what does it mean by an actual VTuber attending? There's lots of VTubers attending Evo. Did you know that Corone and Botan went to Evo in Vegas? Like, what do you mean by that? That's what I think as well. Square Enix always does it every time that Final Fantasy were in progress. I attend. Yeah, Ro is a VTuber. He attends. Like, what do you mean? As a player? Oh, so just playing. Yeah, you want to see a VTuber compete? Probably. Probably. There's VTubers that compete. Depends on which one, though. Yeah, VTubers are everywhere, but you gotta specify which VTubers, because some VTubers don't mind being there in person, but also some people just wanna kind of see friends. But Botan was in the Raccoon Cup in Japan. Yeah, I know. Huntress and Lily Pichu are the ones I know. Yeah, Lily Pichu, Huntress. I feel like Lily Pichu is like a regular content creator first and a VTuber second, though. Huntress for sure. Absolutely Huntress. And then there is the one that is part of Vespo, but she's like insane. You know? Botan was in the, let's see here, and keep identity a secret. Yeah. Scara is a Dragon Tales VTuber. I did see that Scara was once upon a, did have a VTuber model, and I think that's really funny. Her name is Mocha. There it is. Yeah, you know. So, but let me see what's going on. Okay, so I don't want to talk about this too much. I'm just going to say my piece and then peace out. But I heard about there being a birth on Twitch. Like somebody live streamed their baby being born. And I'll be honest, I don't like that. I like that everything went well. I don't like that Twitch has turned into... They're trying so hard to be TikTok, and it's so annoying. You know? Everybody wants to be TikTok. They're trying so hard to compete with TikTok. And it's so painfully obvious that they're so desperate that they're grasping at all sorts of ideas to let slide to be able to compete with TikTok. Because TikTok is just absolutely killing them in terms of views and in terms of retention and users, that they will do anything to get engagement, and they'll let it slide. You know what I mean? So I'm so fed up with everybody trying to be... YouTube is the same way in terms of the short, because they have this huge focus on shorts, right? So YouTube has that disease as well. Then you have Twitch basically doing a stream anything mentality as long as it doesn't get tossed, which, to be honest with you, I'm very surprised that... Well, they kind of made it so... They kind of made it so it's very much like it's a group gathering. It's not necessarily like showing the actual birth, but it's like a group of people together. And I guess in that regard, it doesn't necessarily... But at the same time, it's just so weirdly... Whatever happened to just remembering stuff? Whatever happened to be... Why everything is so... And I'm very guilty of this as well. But I'm trying to like step away from it because it's so almost disturbing to see that everything needs to be documented. everything needs to be recorded. Everything, like, nothing ever. I don't know what happened to just remembering things and holding like a precious memory of something and recalling. And there's nothing wrong about that. You don't need a HD video of something that you have been doing, because the whole point of you doing that is to show off to other people, maybe for you to look back, sure. And that's why pictures exist. And I think pictures are fine, but recording and streaming your entire, like, things that should be private is so disturbing to me personally. And to piggyback off the TikTok thing, I'm sick and tired of TikTok dictating what these companies do, to the point where I don't care that everything turns into TikTok. I want things to be different from TikTok. You know? I don't, I like the idea of Twitch being completely separate and being, and that might not be, I don't know if that's like very naive of me to say, probably, but I don't think it's far-fetched to expect other companies to be completely different from what they're trying to compete with. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of stuff that I would expect from TikTok to be streaming the birth of a child. Or, bro, dare I even say it, kick. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm glad everything went well. I'm glad the baby's fine. But the fact that that baby with consent is being used for content is kind of just disturbing to me. I don't know. So that's just me. Even some lifestyle trends is best on TikTok now. Like, what, WTF? A grown man can make their own decision, have how to look at TikTok and do stuff. Get real now. Yeah, I don't know, man. Keep that in the hospital. I agree. This just stuff that I'm not I don't know, man. And what gets me is the fact that the CEO of Twitch went in there and congratulated them. I mean, great. That's awesome. I'm glad that he's congratulating them. But at the same time, I'm like, we're going to get even worse streams than this, aren't we? We're going to get an actual Truman Show at this point, man. We're literally a couple steps away from actually getting a Truman Show. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's me. Poor child opened her eyes and the first words, "Thank you for the 5 gifted." Thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Yeah. Anyways, that's that. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. You know. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Okay. Somebody. Okay. What else do we have? Ba-ba-ba-bum. Excuse me. Did you see that chat spamming W push? W push. There's something about that makes me laugh, but only in the context of it being ridiculous. Like, guys, imagine just a birth being on live on stream and the whole chat going W push. Like, it's really funny. But then you think about it, you're like, wait, that actually happened. You know? And it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, this is like a concept or an idea that you would potentially just have in your head. Be like, wouldn't it be funny if I, like, you know, streamed my wife in a hospital and, you know, everybody in the chat start going W push, W birth, W baby, or even worse, be like L baby. Or something like that. I can, man. With that being said, what else do we have here? What's going on in the world of the internet currently? Yes. So, for those of you that don't know, there is actually a Sajam Slam happening. There's actually a Sajam Slam happening in TwitchCon. A lot of people were tagging me in this, especially a lot of the people that were follow Street Fighter. So this is it right here. This is pretty much a All-Stars event for the Sajam Slam. These are the people that are going to be participating. The reason why I actually got invited to this and I said no because this is specifically for TwitchCon. So this is an event that's happening at TwitchCon. It's for the people that are going to TwitchCon, and I'm not going to TwitchCon. So this is pretty much only for people that are going there. Too busy? No, I don't want to go to TwitchCon. I think TwitchCon sucks ass. As a person that streams on the internet, I don't like going to TwitchCon. I don't like it. As a viewer, I think it's really cool. I think don't let me not liking TwitchCon deter you from going to TwitchCon, because I just don't like TwitchCon. And I don't like the San Diego. The only time I went to TwitchCon is the one in Vegas, and that's because it's Vegas. And Vegas is at least way more fun. I went to the one last year because I was a part of the Sajam Slam Twitch Rivals event, which was an amazing opportunity. I loved doing that. That was really cool. But I'm not going to this for that anymore because I did not like San Diego, you know? But yeah, San Diego isn't that bad. I like San Diego. I actually went to go do San Diego stuff, but I don't like TwitchCon being in San Diego. I don't, because I went to TwitchCon in Vegas, and that one was so much fun that I went to the one in San Diego and said, man, this sucks. You know what I mean? It was so good that every one of them after that is just not going to be that great. You know? So I don't like, plus I never understood. Here's the thing with me. I know. Stop adding me. Stop adding me. I'm talking. Jesus Christ. I'll watch it in just a second. Can you guys chill? Jesus. So, me personally, I have always gone to conventions / tournaments / events to do something. Like, I would go to Evo. I would go to Combo Breaker. I would go to these events to play fighting games. But with TwitchCon, sure, I can hang out with a lot of friends. Sure, there's a lot of parties I could go to. I'm not necessarily about that. You know? That's just me. I'm not that type of... Unless I'm going over there to do something, I don't want to go there. That's it. And you could argue that, yes, I would have been doing something if I went to the Sajam Slam one. I'd rather just not. You know? You're quite too mature. No, it's that there's really not much to do. For me, personally. It's just, that's it. You know, I went to Offkai because there was something for me to do. That's just me personally. But for viewers, it's a really good time to be able to visit communities, meet with creators, and I think that's actually very beneficial to a lot of the viewers. It's the first time you can meet your favorite content creators. You can interact with communities, which I think is really fun, right? And overall, if you like that, you should do that. But yeah, that's why I didn't go to TwitchCon. I don't necessarily like TwitchCon in San Diego. I think it's boring. I think it's not very fun, and it's just not for me, personally. But I think it's really cool that Sajam is doing this, because I think it's better he do this than nothing at all. It's just really fun, you know? If there's really not much going on, I'm not staying. Yeah, that's just me. And currently, I'll be 100% real with you. Traveling in America nowadays is kind of a risk. That's me. That's another reason, but that's that. I'll be real as hell with you guys about that. That's it. If Sajam does a 2x KO slam, that would be amazing. I would love to see that or be a part of it. I would love that. So, yeah, I mean, some anime expo fairs in Indonesia these days, in my opinion, are kind of sucks ass as well because too heavy on the cosplay aspects, in my opinion. I mean, there's nothing wrong with cosplay stuff. That's a very cool thing for them. But as a viewer, another thing about conventions, in my personal opinion, this might be like a tinfoil hat theory for me, but conventions are almost dying to the point where they will accept any entrance, not limit it, and once the convention comes around, the experience is so uncomfortable that it's just not fun to go anymore. You know, it's so crowded and there's so many people that it's almost like a burden to go to one. And I think it's because these conventions aren't capping or limiting or prioritizing the viewer experience.
Brother, may I have
money,
some
which
oats?
is obvious, but at the same time, I don't really necessarily like that too much because that's not my thing. If your thing is to go there, visit artists, visit cosplayers, you know, kind of experience a very crowded convention, the convention going experience, then great. Fantastic. I do know that I would rather do a convention going experience in another country rather than America because I've already done it. That's probably very bad of me to say, but I would rather go to another convention in another country to experience something different, to see if it's similar or different, rather than just me coming over here, going to a convention here. And this is omitting the fact that, or omitting the idea of me going to a convention just to go to a convention. I'm sorry. This is me building on the idea of me going to a convention just to go to a convention. If this is a convention for a hyper specific hobby that I have, like for example, I really like stationery items. I love pens. I love notebooks. I love things that I like, physical items that are cool. I like those conventions and those can be really fun. Or let's say that you're into knitting or into, you know, crafts stuff. So stamps and things like that. That's cool. But if there is a thing that I'm not necessarily into, I probably wouldn't go to it just to go to it. Which is why I don't necessarily want to go to TwitchCon. You know? That's me. The convention here before COVID, they would attract not only the cosplaying, but other music lovers, Japanese culture performance. See, that's cool. I like that. One of the big reasons, I think for you, a convention experience in Southeast Asia would be a fresh experience. Exactly. I would go to one in Southeast Asia all day, every day. I would love to travel to Indonesia. That's one of the biggest countries that I would want to go to and experience and also go to a convention there. I would love to do that. Oh my God, even more so in Japan. Because in Japan, they do a raffle system. So they limit it to an extent and then they organize it. Because I actually saw a video of somebody going to a stationary convention in Japan. And I think it's so cool. All the things that you see in Japan are usually very... Oh, here's another, sorry, sidetrack. It's the same topic, but a little sidetrack about America conventions versus, or America conventions, festivals, etc. versus other countries. I saw a video of somebody going to a Japanese convention, right? And you see all the things and you see them doing the actual products for you there. And then recently, this is recent, I went to a festival / convention here in locally for something similar. And the amount of AI cheaply made Chinese manufactured items was insane. I couldn't believe the amount of just kind of like drop shipped, just cheaply made items that were for sale and they upcharge you was kind of nuts. This is fresh experience that I'm getting. Like, this is stuff that I could get easily, you know? And I don't want any of that stuff. It's just junk. But when I saw that video in the Japanese convention, and it's probably the same with a lot of other areas, and that's not to mention that America is exclusive to this. There's probably places around the world that do the same, but that's why I want to go to different conventions in different countries to be able to experience, is it going to be similar to where I'm from, or is it going to be different? I think that in itself is pretty cool. So anyways, that's kind of how I feel about it. I didn't know how TwitchCon kind of went into this ramble about that stuff. But I do think that I would love to go to conventions and festivals in other countries rather than over here. And that's including TwitchCon. Plus, I actually, like, the last thing I say about TwitchCon, I promise, we're moving on. I really am not liking Twitch that much. You know, I mean, I'm here because my community's here. I have a lot of, regulars, and you guys are here and stuff like that. That's the only reason I'm here, because of you guys, right? And there's really no choice that I have because of that, because I don't want to put it upon others to be able to follow me on another platform. So we have Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and I think that's a really perfect medium and a perfect compromise for everything that's going on with these streaming platforms. So I just don't like Twitch that much. I'll be honest. I've lost my love for Twitch a long time ago. And I don't know if I truly, unless I can benefit directly from something they do, I don't really care about anything Twitch, you know? If Hollow ID has another concert next year, you got to go. I definitely would love to, but you know, there's a lot of things happening, and traveling is expensive. But next year I am going to Japan again, which should be fun. So we'll see how that goes. Do some cool content over there. So anyways, what happened with the Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? Are we finally getting a trailer? We finally getting a trailer? What do we got? Mod chat. Got you. What do we have? Ah, here we go. Let's do it. Let's see this. Let's see this trailer. So, the new character for Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising officially has their trailer, their gameplay trailer. Her name is Meg. I don't know anything about Meg, but I do like her design a lot, and I think a lot of other people do too, if you know what I'm saying. But I want to see how her gameplay shows, how her gameplay goes, I mean, to see if I'm going to be playing her. Because if I like her gameplay, then great. I will be honest, I played the witch, I can't remember her name now, the Earth Witch. I played the Earth Witch. She was fun, but she wasn't necessarily like for me. Because I as soon as I played her, she was good, she was fun, but she's just doesn't tickle my brain. So we'll see what happens here. She looks super cool though. She has a shark arm, right? That's crazy. Megu, look at those cheeks. We all know where you're looking. What do we got? I like the different fish. Damn, she's like a dagger character. They did that animation specifically for the fans. Oh yeah, I forgot about that outfit. Damn. Dude, are we getting a Sharknado reference? Let's find out. That's kind of cool. Damn, you got the ass out and look at they're definitely leading into the ass cheeks. Hey, Sharknado! We did get a Sharknado reference. Cool, cool. Cool. Oh, they're definitely leading into the ass. Okay, let me see the ending here. Do we get any sort of like... So she rizzes up the... I don't know who that is, but... She's a Rizzler with a shark. The 15th, so Wednesday? Oh, she's coming out this Wednesday. Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me see a little bit more of how she works. I want to see. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're definitely emphasizing the ass cheeks, if you know what I mean.
Brother, may I have some
Zyme of
oats?
FMN, what's up, dude? Thanks so much for the 9 inches, brother. Let's go, PogChamp, Zyma. Much love, amigo. Damn, so she can drop down and stop her momentum? Damn, she can! That's crazy. So you can essentially just anti-air people? That's kind of cool. And then there's this. Interesting. So she has a follow-up after the dash here. So she bounces off of them. She has a follow-up of some kind. And then continue the combo. Scarred, I imagine. Bam, blow it up. Then you have... What the hell is this? Yeah, you have a literal cannon being fired off. And then you can just... Nice. Skip neutral. Uh-huh. Okay. That's pretty cool. Shock! Yeah, here's the Sharknado reference. Let's go. Okay, we're good. Damn, that's a cool frame. Look at that. Look at the shading on this. Damn, that's a cold ass frame. Look at that. Damn, brother. That's cold. This is all damn, look at that. Damn, they went all out. They went all out, dude. That's cool. Not bad. She looks great. She looks cool. I don't know if I'm really feeling the gameplay, but I'll probably try her out. Why not? I mean, I tried out Galleon. I'll try out Meg and see how she turns out and see if I like how she feels. But overall, how many more until Ilsa? What do we got? 2 more? Right? Where's my baby girl? Where's she at? She's next. 2 to 3.5 more months, I guess. Where's she at, brother? I need her. I need her in my life. I hope that early 2026 turns into late 2025. Please. I'll give you my money. But it might be January. No, 100% it might be January. I was hoping for maybe a teaser of some kind, but I need Ilsa in my life. I need Ilsa, please. Oh, well. Hopefully soon. But that's good. That's good. I'm glad that we finally get a trailer for this. That's good. So then... Oh, there's the English version for her, too. How is she in English, actually? I want to see how her dub is. If it's any good.
Any creature that threatens Auguste will go through me.
Is that... does that say shark foo?
If that remote course was a scam, at least
Wipe them out.
Is the real deal. I'm Meg, just your average everyday girl.
I don't know about that, chica. So the girl is August. Who is August? Do they need Laura Andes?
It'd be nice if Auguste could stay disaster-free for
Auguste.
just one summer. Wouldn't count on it though. With so many
Auguste? So you like the blonde chick over Meg?
things to do, Auguste's the perfect place to let loose and have fun.
Oh, Auguste is an island. Mari is her name. Ah.
Don't go easy on me just because I'm an ordinary girl.
Ordinary girl. She's really emphasizing that.
Mari, ready the launcher. Got your back.
Mari, ready to launch her.
Unite to fight. We can overcome anything.
Okay.
I gotcha. Come on, Ursula.
Ursula's the shark name?
We've still got work to do, Ursula. Auguste's in danger. I can feel it. I won't let someone like you ruin it. You're
Cool.
Let's go. I'll keep Auguste safe.
The shark is kind of cute. The shark's adorable, actually. Look at the little guy.
Keep Auguste safe.
Look at the little guy. Look at him. Kind of cute.
Swear it. Come on. Now I can enjoy my vacation.
Sesbian Lex. Anyways, cool. That's really fun. She looks cool. Not too bad.
Brother, may I have some oats?
What's up, Delk? Thanks so much for the 21-inch tier 1, amigo. What's up, Delk? PogChamp for Delk. Appreciate that, buddy. Fun fact, Mari used to be a generic NPC model, but they made her more distinct the more events Meg got. Oh, so is that her like her best friend or her assistant? Air quotes. Assistant, you know. You know. Let's see here. Roommate. Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got here? What else do we have here for what else we have going on? We did see that. We did see the fact that FF14 is having a collaboration with Monster Hunter, and I think a lot of people were telling me that. Oh yeah, Battlefield came out. How's that? You guys like Battlefield? Is the form closed already? No, it's not. It's still open. We're gonna be doing VSVC in about 2 hours, so you can still you can still submit some stuff. Exclamation point form. I'm pretty sure it is. Or exclamation point. Yeah, I think it's form. Not relevant to your interest, but the next Battle Pass skins are Charlotta and Percival. Oh, cool, cool. No, that's okay. How are the skins? Are they pretty good? If they're fun, that'd be cool. You know? So, at least it's better than COD. What's it called? This is Battlefield 6? It's not form. Okay, I think it's... I can't remember what it is. Oh, sheesh. It's been a while. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. There it is. Thank you, Roa. There we go. Yeah, sorry. That's the one. There it is. There it is. So yeah, Battlefield 6. So I'll be honest, I don't know if we've talked about this. I feel like Battlefield's been brought up to the stream at least once, but I did not even know that Battlefield was still a thing. I didn't even know. So, anybody playing it? Here? You want to share with the class? Any good? Or is it the same kind of Battlefield? You know, it's like Call of Duty, but for... Is EA the one that makes Battlefield now? Or is it the... I don't remember who makes Battlefield anymore. I don't know if it's... I know DICE makes it. Is like the developers of it, but I don't know which is the company that's in charge of it. It's EA? Okay, cool. Okay. What do we got? Ooh. There was some Marvel Rivals news. This is old news, though. That was a long time ago. Daredevil's coming. I haven't played Marvel Rivals in so long. I haven't played Marvel Rivals in so long, man. I haven't played Marvel Rivals since Emma Frost. That's how long it's been. And then, yeah, we already talked about the Game Pass being increased. You know what's really funny, actually? You know what's really funny? My local, well, not local, but all the Sam's and Costco have such an abundance of Xboxes that because people aren't buying them, that they're currently on sale for like dirt cheap because nobody's buying them. It's kind of nuts. Nobody's buying the things. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I really like that. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh! How's everybody similarly to Battlefield? Ghost of Yote. That came out. Anybody playing Ghost of Yote? There's no real reason to get an Xbox these days. Thank you. That's exactly correct. Battlefield in my mind is just Call of Duty with vehicles and bigger maps. Well, the way the game plays is a lot slower. Yote's pretty great. Yeah. People modded it day one. Woman? Mods. No one is playing Yote currently right now. Well, I guess I got... There's some people here. Sales are abysmal? Really? Huh. Interesting. I'm going to have to check that out. But Ghost of Yote is not doing so hot, huh? That's unfortunate. I just platinumed the game? Ooh, damn. That's a long... Wait, is it just as long as Tsushima? Because I swear to God, Tsushima was long as hell. PlayStation will start to shut down services and support on the PlayStation 4. Damn. Is that true? Spring of 2026. The services in question do not affect players. The only thing it affects is new games coming to PS4. Some legacy features that feature new titles will not be integrated into. Oh, that's a clickbait title. So it's not necessarily they're ceasing. It's just new stuff, which is actually fine. Yeah, it's clickbait. Thank goodness for, you know what? Community notes can be probably my favorite feature on Twitter. I'll be honest. My favorite feature for sure. I don't think it's a bad game at all. People find characters ugly. Oh, really? 1.6 million sales in the first week is abysmal. Oh, damn. That's actually not too bad. That's actually pretty good. I actually am very surprised as to the success of Tsushima. I feel like that was a pretty successful game for what it actually... maybe I'm just living under a rock. That might be it. That might be it. Ghost of Yote. Let me see. How much money has it made? Let's see. Okay, so since its early release, its release in early October, 1 million on PlayStation. That's pretty good. Yeah, 1.6 million copies. That's actually pretty good. Where are you getting that it was Tsushima did twice that much as a new IP? Yeah, but still, that's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. Let's see here. That's not bad. That doesn't mean the game is bad. And it actually is doing pretty good. Yeah, Tsushima probably did better, but I feel like Tsushima... Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk about Tsushima because I haven't played it, nor do I know much about it. I thought Tsushima was a niche game until I found out how big it actually is and how many people liked it. But, yeah. Plus, you gotta remember of the times, too. Tsushima came out during a time where a lot of people were very happy with buying video. I feel like video games are in a very fragile state currently because of everything that's going on and prices, and people have to prioritize more currently than they have before, et cetera, you know? Yeah, people only... Yeah, exactly, like COVID times. Yeah. Maybe just because not much buzz, people think it bombed. Yeah, correct. People don't have money. Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, they have to prioritize more. They have to say, like, okay, am I going to like this game? Which is why a lot of people really liked Game Pass. But even Game Pass is getting up there, you know? But I don't think Tsushima's on Game Pass because I think it's a Sony exclusive for a little bit. And then it goes to PC. So, you know, one of those things. People were comparing to Assassin's Creed, and then Assassin's Creed came out with their Japanese-style game and tried to tank Tsushima. I feel like... Wait. Shadows didn't do very well, right? Shadows did pretty... I mean, it did like... They like broke even. No, it sold a lot. Unlike Yote though, I feel like Ubisoft, if this was their Final Fantasy, like if this didn't do well, then wait, hold on a minute. Now I'm curious. Hold on a minute. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm sure that it did more than Yote currently. Let me see. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. So it seems like... Like, I feel like it's over. Let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to do some, because I'm actually curious as to how it did in the first week. Okay, so it seems like Assassin's Creed. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on. This isn't real, right? I don't know what's real anymore now, dude. I'll be honest. Top sales. It's Ubisoft's Pokemon. Yeah, but it also sucks. I just want to see. I don't think they actually released the sales currently. Like, how many copies does they sell in the first week? Because I want to compare it to Yote. I want to see if it sold more than Yote in its first week. They keep giving me buzzwords. They keep giving me like player counts, and they keep giving me things like that. Because player counts doesn't necessarily mean copies, because they have like their stupid Ubisoft Plus premium shit, and that's a good way to inflate the numbers. But I want to know how many copies, you know? Because and I have a feeling that it didn't do as well because of that. You know what I mean? Let's see. UK sales data. Those are published. Ooh, let's see. UK sales data. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Well, the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is that when it comes to the games, we are immediately comparing Shadows and we're comparing Yote. Yote, I feel like if they pull out not the best, not like amazing records of, you know, like trying to top Tsushima, especially because it's during a very fragile time in games and gaming right now, I feel like that's fine, because they made, as long as it's a good game. It's a good game, and they did pretty good. They broke even at least. I think that's pretty successful. Compared to Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Shadow, where if they were put in a similar situation, I feel like the whole company would go under. You know what I mean? No matter what, if it's a good game or a mid game, I feel like in Ubisoft's eyes, if it's not immediately in the green, then it's kind of like a commercial failure. You know what I'm saying? Yote has a little bit of breathing room, but Shadows has no breathing room whatsoever. You know? So anyways, there's some talks of Ubisoft being sold to Tencent, which is probably going to happen. Maybe. I don't know if it got bought out by China yet, but just Tencent. But I don't know. I don't think it has yet. There was talks of it. Physical copies. Let me see. Just letting you know. Okay, I just found out Monster Hunter Wilds is how many copies Monster Hunter Wilds sold. Guess how many copies Monster Hunter Wilds sold? Now this is a commercial success. 8 million copies. Oh my god, bro. That's crazy. In the first 3 days. Sorry. The first 3 days, it sold 8 million copies. So it's way more now. So it's like, that's a success. But at the same time, it's Monster Hunter, dude. Monster Hunter is like such a huge IP. Ubisoft could never. Should never, you know? It's 10 million plus at this point. It's probably at 20 million plus, or 15 million plus, to be honest, right now. Yeah. So, anyways, that's it. I just was wondering about Yolte to see if it was good and if people liked it and stuff. And then somebody in the chat said that it was not doing very well. But I think it's doing pretty well for itself. Oh, Expedition 33. So Expedition 33 got some new DLC, I hear. Free! Based. I love devs like that, man. I love devs like that. Love devs that give out free updates, free DLC, no battle pass, no sort of thing. And the thing is like people are inclined to pay more for good faith developers. People probably have multiple copies throughout multiple platforms of Expedition 33. Like, people will probably play it on their PCs, and then people will play it on their Xboxes, and then people will play it on their PlayStations, depending. You know what I mean? People are more inclined to do that. It's the Silk Song effect. You know? You give them a great game, you charge a reasonable price, and people want to give you money. How crazy. I miss the times when we unlock some new features or characters without the need of DLC. Well, the thing is that DLC has been so skewed over the years to be this money-making scheme. And me being from fighting games, I definitely believe that, right? But DLC is supposed to be an afterthought after the commercial success of the game. There is more to it because it was something that people wanted. But now you get people that, and that's by the way, that's one version of it. There's obviously games that require multiple, like, after release support. So fighting games and even like Marvel Rivals, right? That's a free to play game. But my point is, there are some multiplayer games that require the devs to continue support after it's released. So fighting games is a huge example of that, right? But when it comes to these single player experiences, people don't want to pay for DLC right out the gate. It's just so not consumer friendly. We made DLC before the game is even out. There's that. And then there's also DLC that you could potentially just put in the game, but you just cut it off to make more money. So, for example, Pokemon, right? So the whole point of the Pokemon thing, I found out that Pokemon, right, they already are announcing DLC. And the reason why they're announcing DLC prior to the game releasing is apparently ZA was supposed to come out much earlier, but they delayed it. And because of that, because they pushed it back, they still continue development on the DLC portion of it. So they're still doing it separately, but the game's just coming out later. Now, people will say, well, you shouldn't give them too much crap because the game was delayed and the game was not ready by the time of release. So this is just the timeline that we got at this point, right? But for me, I feel like if you really want good faith, I'm just very pro-consumer. You know what I mean? Like, and especially in this day and age, where if you're gonna delay a game and do DLC afterwards, and they come out like even like a month apart, and you're still announcing DLC before the game is even out, bro, just make the DLC part of the game. How cool would that be? If Nintendo just said, all right, sorry for delaying the game. The DLC is now a part of the game. Also, the 3 coolest Mega Evolutions are not locked behind a paid subscription. Call me crazy for wanting some actual value. You know? Call me crazy, call me a panhandler, whatever, dude. But I feel like that would be such a sick decision. Forgive me for wanting to be hopeful that somebody out there wants me to enjoy their product rather than just me give them money for everything. So that's why I rep games and companies like Expedition 33 and Silksong and other games like that. You're really expecting Nintendo to do this? I mean, sometimes, here's the thing. I don't expect them to do it. But boy, am I just sick and tired of expecting the worst out of people. And of course I get disappointed every time, but at the same time, I'm like equally going insane from just expecting the worst. I don't know what's worse, being constantly negative about everything in my life or being disappointed by naively thinking something hopeful and then being disappointed. I don't know what feels worse. So at least me being disappointed, there's some form of positivity that comes out of it. Some hope. Because it's a gamble. And sometimes the gamble pays off, but most of the time it doesn't. But I feel like I'd rather do that than just be completely negative, you know, about everything that's coming out. I'm hoping that Nintendo one day actually becomes pro-consumer. I'm hoping any of these companies become pro-consumer, which is why I tend to gravitate towards these indie companies that care about games and games only. You know, it's probably just copium on my end, but it's how it is. It's how it is. That's why I give up on AAA. I have so much hope on indies now. Yeah, I agree. Me too. But yeah, that's me. This is a Pokemon Company decision regarding the DLC. Whatever, dude. I feel like Pokemon Company and Nintendo are almost the exact same people. So they definitely have Nintendo have a say in a lot of things. You know? Nintendo was pro-consumer with Satoru and Reggie. I don't feel like Nintendo was ever pro-consumer. And that spans back to not only games, but hardware. You know? I feel like they've always been not pro-consumer. Because, like, if you think about it, during a time where a lot of people were switching over to CD, do you know what they did to be completely different and not be pro-consumer? They made cassettes. They stuck with cassettes, aka Nintendo 64. PlayStation 1, CDs. You can fit so much more and make so much better games. We'll stick with cassettes. Eventually, they said, all right. Or cartridges. I'm sorry, not cassettes. And they said, all right, people. We'll do CDs. But this time we're making them so tiny, so you can't pirate them as easily. And we're like... And then, out of sheer luck, they struck gold. And they did the Wii. And fortunately, that was actually something that was very Nintendo that did well. But then they did the Wii U, which did so poorly. Then they perfected and did the Switch. And, you know, it's all very like... And to be honest, I kind of like that in a way, but I feel like it's not necessarily very pro-consumer to be able to not normalize everything, but it's all in the sake of innovation and being different, which I can appreciate. But anyways, that's that. Because it's extremely easy to pirate its games. True. I wish they called it the Switch U. Imagine. The Wii U was a Dreamcast, and there was so much going on for the console, but absolutely poor in games available. True. That was really bizarre, wasn't it? That was during a time where the Wii U only had 2 games. They had Smash. Probably the worst Smash, in my opinion. Yes, I do think Smash 4 was probably the worst Smash. And then Zelda. That's it. That was bad, man. But anyways, I guess Mario Kart too. Yeah. Mario Kart as well. True. But anyways, that's just food for thought. That's just me spitting. I just think that Expedition 33 having free updates, free DLC, and just basically just being based as hell is so sick, dude. Well, now we have Switch 2 with 2 games. Well, the future looks promising for Switch 2 at least, because yeah, Mario Kart World, yeah, we have, but they also have the, what's it called? I guess they have the weird Pro, or I guess, I don't even know how to explain it. It's pretty much the benefit of a Switch 2 is to play older games, but much better. And it's completely reverse compatible. I think the Switch 2 is great, right? There's the Switch 2 upgrades. Then you have the promise of so many different games coming out. You got Kirby Air Ride. You have, already with Mario Kart World, which is really great. Donkey Kong, which a lot of people really like. Then you have Kirby Air Ride. Then you have Metroid Prime 4. Then you have a lot of different games that are coming out that are probably going to be really good. I'm hoping. Let's see. I'll be so surprised if other devs under Nintendo starts releasing games for PC. What do you mean? What Nintendo? What other devs? Are you talking about? If there's something I can guarantee you with absolute certainty is you will never, ever, ever see a Nintendo IP.
Brother, may I have some oats?
A Nintendo IP being sold on anything other than a Nintendo console. Claw, what's up, buddy? Thanks so much for the 20-inch tier 3. Damn, you got a tier 3, dude. That deserves a twerk, but I'm not standing up and doing that. But I appreciate the 20 inches on the tier 3, amigo. Much love, my friend. Let's see. Confusing third-party developers releasing first Switch and then later PC. Yeah, because... Yeah. If it's third-party, yeah, absolutely. That's fine. But no, I'm talking about Nintendo IPs. You know? Give me 60 frames upgrades on Xenoblade games. Nintendo, my soul is yours. Yeah, for sure. Nintendo's been putting first-party IPs on phones for a while. Like, which ones? Wait, which games? Mobile... Have you done any dancing lately? Yeah, I did the pole dancing. It's finally being... The video's being edited. Mario? Oh, well, they've done, like, specific games for Mario on mobile, but they haven't done, like... Have they put on, like, Mario 64 or, like, Mario Odyssey?
Brother, may I have
maybe
some
even
oats?
any specific first-party games on mobile? They have first-party IPs, sure, like Mario Run, I think was a big one, and stuff, but I'm talking about, like, those games. Like, IPs and games, you know? Yeah, Pokemon Go, Sleep. Yeah, no actual games. And that's what I mean. Like, you'll never see a Pokemon, like an actual Pokemon game be on mobile. If that's the case, that'd be insane. I mean, they could probably do it. Actually, that's really stupid of them to not do it. You have any idea how many people would be buying Pokemon Crystal, Emerald, all those other games? I don't know if that's not Nintendo per se. That's Pokemon Company. But you have any idea how much money people would buy if they just re-released? However, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What would they charge? Is that a $40 game, you think? Do you think they would charge $40 for Pokemon Crystal on mobile? What's the most expensive? By the way, Delk, everyone shut up and dance! Thank you so much, Delk, for the generosity, amigo. Much love, my friend. Thank you so much for gifting subs to the chat. You were awesome, brother. If you guys got gifted a sub on Twitch, be sure to give big thanks to Delk, because that was very generous of him. Pokemon Champions is the official game for next year's VGC tournaments. Champions. Oh, that's the mobile game, right? Cool. On 3DS, the first 2 gens of Pokemon were like $10 each. Bro. They should 100%. They're losing money by not re-releasing old Pokemon games on mobile and or the Switch. They're missing out. Do it. People will pay. I will gladly pay $20 for Pokemon Emerald on Switch too. Absolutely. But I don't think they'll do $20. They'll probably do $40. They do for the Switch? Wait, does the Switch Delta emulate it for iPhone? I know they did the Stadium games, but I'm talking about full-fledged Pokemon games. They could do more than 40 though. You could do 60. But I'm trying not to manifest and throw that energy into the ether. Because if I think it enough, it's like Bloody Mary or Voldemort. If I think it enough, it's probably gonna happen. So I'm trying to manifest $20 old Pokemon games on mobile. But the thing is, I don't think they want to develop. Oh, they've done it for Mario Run. They could do a bunch of other developments on it. Make it compatible. Dude, imagine this. Peep this. An entire collection of Pokemon games for iPhone and Android. Sell a $50 peripheral that attaches to your phone and you can play it like an old school Game Boy. That sounds very Nintendo pilled, right? Which is very already on. I know that they already have things like that, but Nintendo can also do it. I'm telling you, they're missing out. They're missing out. It's the Apple effect. You know how Apple basically steals everything from Android, makes it better, and sells it for an upcharge price? Nintendo's basically the Apple of gaming. They could just do that. And people will buy it because they're Nintendo rotted. That's how it goes. If Pokemon Crystal get the release for mobile, I will totally get it for real. That's what I'm saying, dude. People want that, but they don't do it because reasons. I don't necessarily know, which is also coincides with one of my most concerning things about gaming is video game preservation. And I think the Pokemon games being preserved like that would be such a huge W for the Pokemon company, you know? Who's going to buy the Virtual Boy attachment? Why would... You know what? I'm not going to get into it. It's fine. Yeah, no one's going to get that. I'm not going to talk. I don't want to... I'm good. But yeah, if Pokemon Crystal, let's see, probably $90 or a subscription. I'm just saying. They're going to steal your idea and patent it. Bro, it's not even my idea. It already exists. Other people are doing it. You know, that's probably why they won't do it, because they can't patent it. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Either way, Nintendo is such a double-edged sword. They house some of the greatest, they have some of the greatest developers, some of the greatest games, and they have my childhood memories locked behind their vault, but they also are controlled by a lot of corporate decisions that I don't like. It's just so bad. Such a double-edged sword, that company, I swear to God, man. I don't blame people for loving Nintendo. They're the only ones in this day and age that's a AAA company that truly delivers on a lot of things. You know what I mean? So, Nintendo decisions are so dog shit, just doesn't make sense. That's what I mean, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's how it is. Okay. So then the next thing, oh, what's this? I do want to see what is this? Something with Zen. This is a paragraph and a half. Zen is so real for this. Twitch lately, not counting lurkers for a streamer's view counts, has had quite an effect on some smaller creators. She helped show the proof by having peeps type something to show the incline in viewers just to see if the numbers would rise, and they sure did. Ooh, let me see.
I want to just... There's...
Party app like Chatterino
There's
to
your
chat, does it
evidence.
count? Numbers go burr.
There's your evidence right there.
Can we test it and try to not chat for the
It
next
just
10
out of
minutes to
nowhere
see if
just
view
climbed up
count drops?
drastically within that second when you guys all started doing that.
Ooh.
I want to just... I'm angry for the lurkers.
Same.
You shouldn't have to just come out of the woodworks and, you know, type. Just want to lurk. You want to listen to the stream. You want to watch the stream. You want to relax. Shame on Twitch. Shame on Twitch. Stay shame.
Huh. I did not know that. But I will say that we recently, I try to confirm this myself. Well, the thing is that on YouTube, it doesn't matter. Twitch viewer count fluctuates too much and think this lurkers must type to raise their count to hold any argument for me. I will say, I don't think it's the lurker per se. I don't think it's necessarily a lurker thing specifically. It might be just something kind of like with ad block. I think it could potentially be something where it doesn't count as a lurker. Maybe there is some merit to it, but I do think that there is something that they did. Let's see. Twitch staff on Blue Sky about it. I will say, and this is something I confirmed with my own eyes as well, that during one of the FF14 streams, I did count the amount of people that were currently there. My highest viewed, my peak, and I had Faith count the people that were in the chat because I had her log in to my account over there, and they saw my viewer count and the amount of people. And there were more people in this chat than what the Twitch was saying, you know? I don't like the VTuber lurker extension. I saw that, and I actually don't like that at all. Because I think that's it's like the YouTuber dislike. It's like the dislike ratio thing on it, right? It's like not necessarily picks up on all of it, because I see the dislike ratio on my dashboard and I see the dislike ratio on the extension, and they're very different, you know? But people in the chat is not viewers. If they pause the stream, muted the stream, they still show up on the chat list. They're no longer watching. Let me see here. Hold on. There's one thing is the VTuber lurker extension that opens up multiple streams, which ends up opening too many channels and then don't count as a viewer anymore. Yeah, I think that like I said, I don't think it's necessarily just the lurker thing. I think there's something else. There's like, I think it's something with the maybe ad block. There's something with you don't get counted if you aren't really watching per se. Which still, I do think that at the end of the day, if you're in a stream, it should count. Right? I don't know what they have done for that, but I do think it's a little fucky-wucky currently. It's a little fucky-wucky right now. I know for a fact that if you mute the actual stream, you don't count. Yeah. I'll type to prove I'm a viewer. I just think that Twitch did something, and they're not disclosing it. But they did acknowledge that they did something. But not necessarily... I think something about it messed with the numbers. Maybe it's actual bots. Maybe it's people that don't really watch. Maybe it's ad block. Something happened recently to be able to mess with the numbers. And people just mix that up with ViewBot update from August and change it to Twitch hate lurkers. Yeah, I mean, there is some merit to it, but not necessarily only just the lurker situation, you know? Like, I think the majority of people that watch on mobile get counted no matter what. But on desktop is when things become a little weird. You know? Either way, if at least they be transparent with the changes instead of leaving streamers playing the guessing game. And that's something they'll never do. They'll never be transparent about it. That's primarily what... For me, I'll be honest with you. If you want my pure opinion on this, at the end of the day, a lot of people are using this as an excuse to almost validate themselves as to why their streams are doing poorly. You know, I do think that a lot of people are using it, even though there is something that happened. I still, at the end of the day, that's still, even if, let's say Twitch rolls back whatever change they did, that's not going to fix your problem. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people are using it as, oh, there's some sponsors that get affected because my view count is lower, etc., etc. And yeah, sure, that actually is a problem for bigger streamers and stuff. But I do know that there's a lot of people that are smaller that are using it as the end-all be-all reason as to why they're not doing well. When at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, all you have to do is this. That's it. And I move on with my day. You know what I mean? That's I do think that there's something. But at the end of the day, that something is still not gonna fix stuff, you know? Like if I'm like right now my numbers are really low, but I'm not necessarily complaining about Twitch. I'm trying to be able to go through the space in my own way. You know? That's just me, personally. You know? I'm trying to fix myself rather than trying to have Twitch fix something. But like I said, that's not necessarily downplaying the idea of there are some streamers that rely on their numbers to be able to relay to sponsors to get a bag. And in that regard, that gets a little bit more fucky wucky. And it, like I said, there is something. Something did happen. I just don't think there's an end-all, be-all solution such as, oh, Twitch hates lurkers. You know? Let's see. You know why your numbers are low? Is you admitted to getting married. Now the Simpson Gooners can't imagine having you. Gross. Me? That's disgusting. Me? I'm a freaking idiot, dude. No one wants me. That's gross. Except for the gays. Apparently the gays do like me. Which, shout outs to the gays. Also, Facebook. Shout outs to Facebook. They like me. Did you guys know that? I told you guys this yesterday. But I went to Facebook. But Faith went to Facebook and ego searched me because she does that for some reason. I don't do that. Faith does. And then she tells me what she's found. But she found out Facebook actually likes me. And she's like, what? People actually like you here. And I'm like, that's surprising. Too bad Facebook sucks, you know? Anyways. Pretty interesting. The platform I'm not a huge fan of, but shout outs to people on Facebook, dude. You know what I mean? I'm not even that big of a deal. I'm a freaking dummy. Okay, I'm a freaking dumb person. What's next? You're a hit on LinkedIn? Personally, I didn't even know LinkedIn was a thing. I thought LinkedIn was a place to search for jobs. I didn't know LinkedIn was basically a social media platform for people that have jobs. I didn't know you could have followers. I didn't even know you could have other people. Like, it's like a Facebook, but for people that have jobs. You can also stream on it. Can you imagine me streaming my Expedition 33 playthrough on LinkedIn? Yo, guys, make sure to hit that like button and share with all the other LinkedIn Andes. You know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah, that's the thing about the Twitch numbers. I do think something happened, and I hope that whatever the case may be, Twitch figures it out. Which, to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to. And this is specifically because I tested it out myself, and I did count more people watching than the view count was suggesting. You know what I mean? That's based on my personal findings. I'm not saying that because I saw a Reddit thread or a Twitter post. It's because I personally confirmed it myself. So there is something. I just don't know what it is. Okay? That's that. Let's see. Did you see that Sajam is becoming a Warwick Teemo main? Is that like a bad thing? Do people not? I know that Teemo's like the devil and Satan incarnate, but I don't know if he's is the devil and Satan incarnate in the game, in 2XKO. You know, if he is Sajam becoming a Warwick Teemo main? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I have no clue, dude. What do we have here? Markiplier recently got married. Oh, actually, that's right here. That was one of the things that you guys put into the topics channel. Yeah, Markiplier got married, and to be honest, bro, that is probably some of my favorite news to come out of the internet. Markiplier, not just Markiplier, but PewDiePie as well. As a person that grew up watching those two, seeing them get to like New Game Plus YouTube, which is something that a lot of people will never do, and or cannot do is insane. To be able to have a massively successful YouTube career and to walk away still doing what you love and not doing the grind and be married, happy, and just be an all around decent person is something that I cannot believe is really hard to do in the YouTube space. It's weird to think that, but it is. Markiplier and PewDiePie both have become just like the perfect example of what every YouTuber wants. Have a massively successful career, marry the love of your life, and potentially have kids. You know? Isn't that cool? I'm so happy for him. You know, this also reminds me of what's it called? Nimi. Nimi also apparently got married or engaged. I think it's engaged. And I'm so happy for her. I think it's cool, right? And Shiki? Yeah, are you talking about Mountain Dew Shiki? Nimi got married. She got engaged. Yeah, it's engaged. That's what I thought. It's weird how like being famous corrupts people enough to not do massively successful and be a good person. Dude. I saw a short of someone being like, that's a parody, right? And they're like, congratulations on 1 million followers. You did it. You were so successful and so great. And you're like, thanks guys. I worked so hard for this. And this is everything I ever wanted in my life. And they're like, huh. I'm like, what's up? And they go, for some reason, I kind of want to talk to a minor. And I'm like, why does this always happen? Why does this always happen? Like, you made it. You did so well for yourself. Why would you ruin it? Anyways, that's me. I saw that. I'm like, every time, dude. I swear to God, we're like almost 6 out of 10 YouTubers do that. I don't know. But yeah, that's just me. Happens enough that it doesn't seem Al made it, which is crazy. AI? Wait, Al or AI? AI jokes? Oh, I don't think it was an AI joke. Oh no, it's Al. Al. Okay, so it was the first thing. Al jokes. Okay. I don't know what Al jokes is. The YouTuber Al. Weird, like that's what I'm thinking. Weird Al, like Yankovic, like White and Nerdy, Amish Paradise. I don't know. That skit is probably from him. Weird Al jokes. I don't know. I don't know who Weird Al is. I'm sorry. I don't know who Al jokes is. Hold on, let me see. Is it the short from him? Let me see. He has glasses and has like short hair. Al jokes. Holy crap, 3 million subscribers? No, this isn't the guy. This was another person. No, this person had like glasses. He had short hair and kind of nerdy looking. It was a random guy. I had never seen him before. So. No, it wasn't this guy. This guy has long hair. But anyways. You just described 90% of YouTubers. It could have been just a random person. I don't know. Could have been, I don't know, man. Okay, so, oh, what is this? A new Assassin's Creed game. Ubisoft canceled Assassin's Creed game set in post-Civil War era. Featured a black assassin who was formerly... Good call. Good call. Okay. If they actually went through with that, however, okay, I did see a short of Red Dead Redemption 2, and you can apparently, you can randomly come across a KKK camp, and you get good morale points in that game for destroying, right? And killing the KKK members in the game. And I'm like, I don't know how the hell they were able to do that and make me want to play the game. If there is something that made me want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, it was that short. It was like the greatest piece of advertisement that I've ever seen to randomly hunt KKK members. But the thing is, it's not like a big element of the game. It's just a random encounter because obviously during that time, it was very big. And I think that's so cool. It wasn't a huge marketing thing. It wasn't the big appeal of it. It's just a random encounter. And I think that is badass. However, an Assassin's Creed game with the whole premise around that, a little awkward. You know, a little awkward. However, I don't necessarily think I've always played around the idea of going to more recent wars in Assassin's Creed, because they always have been, you know, freaking long ass time ago, right? And let's be real here. Let's keep it 100. Assassin's Creed is not supposed to be realistic at all. We literally played a game where there was, I don't know how many different like supernatural deities, entities. This is a very non-realistic thing. However, I like the idea of going back to certain periods in history to be able to, you know, kind of just play through it. I like the idea of a revolutionary war, but I thought Assassin's Creed 3 was one of the most boring experiences I've ever played, you know? But I do think that would be cool to have, I don't know, like a modern day Assassin's Creed. I think it'd be cool, you know? Like World War II. Yeah, exact. I think Nazis?
People will ask for Assassin's Creed in modern time and forget that Watch Dogs exists.
Wasn't Watch Dogs released like a long time ago? I haven't heard of Watch Dogs in so long. World War I Assassin's Creed, you can start off the game with Serbian assassin who killed Archduke Ferdinand. That would be kind of sick. World War I would be kind of dope. But anyways, a modern Assassin's Creed. When I say modern, I don't say now. I'm talking about more after the 1900s. I think World War I is the perfect example. You know? The perfect example. I think it'd be cool. Incorporate some guns, which they kind of did in Valhalla and all sorts of other ones, right? But like real guns, you know? Hitman is a better representation of stealth assassinations in modern times. Yeah, but that's more realistic. I guess not realistic, because you can dress up as an ice cream man and kill someone with like the most weirdest objects, and that's the whole point. It's like it's super goofy and quacky. But I do think that they could definitely make a cool Assassin's Creed in modern day times. Not modern day. I shouldn't say modern. I should not say modern days. That's not the right word. And like a newer war, you know, like World War I. I just think that World War I would be pretty cool. I love the historical aspect of Assassin's Creed. You know, I do. I just think that some of the games that they've made are just so piss poor that they don't do the times justice. Like the French Revolution, I think is really cool, but I don't think they really delivered on the game aspect of it. You know? I think, bro, they did Odyssey, right? Which is a Greek-oriented one. Imagine if that whole Assassin's Creed...
I'd buy an AC Cold War.
That would be interesting. You know what I mean? Like, there's some interesting aspects of it, right? So they did Odyssey, right? And they did Odyssey. And how cool would it have been if they incorporated Assassin's Creed to like Greek mythology? Like, just take off the realism shackles completely and just be an assassin for like, make a fictional story while also incorporating a lot of mythological lore, and be an assassin for the Greek gods or for something like that, right? Or something like that, right? I think that'd be so cool. Odyssey, wasn't it like in Greece, right? I think that'd be cool. Well, as God of War is, if that's a power fantasy, but I'm talking about parkouring, assassinating, and doing some sort of a interesting spin-off, you know? Like Assassin's Creed with Greek mythology. I think that'd be cool. You can meet Zeus, you can meet all sorts of gods, and you're like a half god, right? And you have cool powers, and you can kind of play around that, you know? I want to be Aztecs. Oh, Aztecs would be cool. You can incorporate some sort of Aztec gods as well. I think that'd be sweet. There's some cool ideas, but they just don't know how to incorporate them. You know? But I don't know. They just, you know, Ubisoft kind of sucks ass. So they will not do that. The reason why there was a lot of Japan backlash is mostly because they kept hounding the idea that this is based on a true story. This is very realistic. This is like an actual figure and stuff. And to be honest, I'm like, bro, stop it. Stop it. Can we just like chill and just make something cool instead of just trying to realism everything? You jump from a 500 feet in the air into a pile of hay and just walk out fine. I'm just saying. You have a world-ending like plot line with deities and all sorts of crazy stuff with the apple and whatever god, you know. But yeah, that's just me. Anyways, moving on. Oh yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That should be fun. I watched the first one. I watched the first one. I thought it was a fun watch. But nothing more than that. It was a fun watch. And I think the new Five Nights at Freddy's has Matt Pat, which a lot of people really like that he was in the first one. But yeah. Did I miss the Megan Fox one? Yeah, but I don't really care for Megan Fox. Like, cool. Yeah, Megan Fox is voicing Toy Chica. But I'll be honest with you, that's not necessarily shocking to me. I'm like, okay, cool. Then again, I don't really care too much for Five Nights at Freddy's anyway. So maybe that's why. You know, Megan Fox is... Oh, you know what I also wanted to see? Okay, I'm moving on from the Megan Fox thing because I don't really care. You know, I had the Mortal Kombat thing on my in the top of my head, and I decided not to go down that. So instead, I'm gonna go with this. This is something that I actually did want to kind of see because I'm more curious than anything else. Apparently, they released the trailer for the new Kojima horror game, and I'm not gonna play it. I don't like that stuff, but I am curious as to what the hell he's trying to do here. The one with Jordan Peele, right? But I'm a little curious as to how this is gonna go. So let's see. I haven't seen this at all. I don't even know what this is all about. Was this his vision during PT? Or is this something else completely? I'm already getting uncomfortable with the redacted the redacted text. There's no way this is in game. There's no way. Maybe it is. If that's the case, I'm very uncomfortable. Why do they always gotta do something with a baby, man? Why do they always gotta do something with a baby? They always gotta mess with our idea of innocence. Jesus. If that's all in game, yeah, that'd be impressive. For all players and screamers. Is this a Hideo Kojima game? Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. I don't know. All right.
KoeKoe
Alright, this
would
is a little funny.
unironically and physically shit his pants just opening the menu.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like more so curious as to what this game is and what Kojima has. I mean, he already has like a really, great idea as to how to make you think and how to make you use your brain in a different way, And I just think that Kojima has a really good way to do that, and I'm kind of wondering, because here's the thing: I hate playing them. I hate playing it, but I love watching them in a different setting. Like, for example, I'll give you a great example of this, okay? And you might call me a bitch for doing this. That's fine. Say what you want, but this is me personally. I watch this channel called Dead Meat, and they have this show called The Kill Count, and I watch horror movies through that series where they go through the entire horror movie and they go through all of the different kills in that movie. So I don't like watching it personally, but I like watching other people talk about it. It's like my curiosity, I don't like experiencing the fear.
The
and
fact
some people
that
get
this
off
dude
on
released a fucking demo, and it changed the direction of Resident Evil for the next 2 entries. A fucking demo.
Yeah, no, seriously. I absolutely. The guy knows how to make crazy narratives and be able to use the viewer's brains in a different way. So that's why I'm curious as to what direction he's taking it, and it seems like there's some really messed up things happening here, like setting a baby on fire potentially, maybe burning someone's face, and the idea of you messing up and you getting an insane cutscene that strikes fear into everything is crazy. Are you not gonna play Little Nightmares 3 with Faith? Oh, actually, now that we're talking about horror games, this is the perfect opportunity to talk about something that we're doing that we have to do still. Okay. So let me go ahead and preface this by saying last year in my Twitch subathon that I did, it was a horror themed subathon at the beginning, and then it switched into another game, other type of event subathon later on when it moved into November. And during that time, there was a sub goal of Resident Evil 7 VR. Okay? Resident Evil 7 VR is one of the sub goals that I put on there as a thing to like, because I had the first big batch of sub goals. Like, all of them were supposed to be cleared by a certain amount of subs, and I'm like, okay, I'm content. After that, it was literally just, the most stupidest things you could think of. And it reached levels that doesn't even matter at this point. It's just stupid goals because it's just like, all right, 10,000, 11,000 subs. I did sub goals up to 4,000. The chat went crazy because they were very generous into giving subs to the point where we reached every single sub goal ever, up to 11,000 subs. It was very mind-blowing thinking about it, looking back. One of those things was Resident Evil 7 VR. I think at 7,000 subs, I'm like, fuck it, I'll do Resident Evil 7 VR, not thinking that they would actually reach the sub goal. You guys actually did it. Yes, one of them was me mowing my lawn, and you guys loved that for some reason. So, all of those sub goals were like, what the fuck, right? Anyways, Resident Evil 7 VR, I still have yet to do it, and I'm still working on some of them to this day. To the point where I just barely did my pole dancing session, and the video's coming up very soon, in the next week, actually. the pole dancing and the tattoo. I mean, I got a tattoo. Look at that. That's the tattoo from last year's subathon. I got a freaking tattoo. So, anyways, Resident Evil 7 VR. Resident Evil 7 VR is one of them, and I am currently setting it up. I got my VR headset, and I started setting everything up because we're going to do it. However, here's the thing, and this is something that I want to ask you guys and tell you guys about to see what you guys think. I did not think of a certain thing. Actually, two things when doing this. One, the length of the game, and two, me. Now, yes, it's ha-ha, hee-hee funny for me to play horror games. You guys love that, and I understand that. However, when it comes to motion sickness, I completely didn't factor in the idea of me being absolutely super sick with VR. So, here's my thing. I was actually thinking I was going to try and finish Resident Evil 7 VR, but then I realized that might not actually be the best thing. I could do it. I would just have to suffer immensely, and I don't want to do that personally. I'm just saying. I could have medication. I could have things. I don't want to suffer. I still want to have somewhat fun. Like, I'm going to suffer, but not meant like health-wise. Physical health-wise. So my proposal is I'm still doing Resident Evil 7 VR. But instead of finishing the game, we do one stream, do as much as we can, make the most out of it. And what I'll do instead is I'll give you two options.
Brother, may I have some oats?
I'll give you two options. One, we finish Resident Evil 7 normally, or I will give you another horror game for me to play completely. Normally. Whatever horror game you guys want me to play. This month. But not finishing Resident Evil 7 in VR, I should say. So, essentially what I'm trying to say, if we do that, then I'll give you that, another horror game, or I'm sorry, I was going to give you two horror games actually. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm being generous here. Okay? I will give you any horror game, including Resident Evil 7 itself, plus one. We do one session of Resident Evil 7 VR, and then we finish Resident Evil 7 normally, which I don't think that's very possible, or we play another game, and I will also give you the option to do one of two things. We do one horror game by myself, and we do Little Nightmares 3 co-op this month. That's this month, right? We're doing that right off the get-go, right? And Little Nightmares 3 with Faith, and then, oh, I'm sorry, or okay, let me write this down. I'm about to pull a pirate software on you guys. Okay, I'm about to pull a pirate software on you guys here. So it's not like complicated AF. All right. Okay, so the original plan, Resident Evil 7 VR, right? Full playthrough. The things with this is the fact that I get motion sickness, so I can't play for more than 2, maybe 3 hours. Meaning that after 2 to 3 hours, I have to stop. So trying to finish this game would take way, way longer than experienced, okay? Also, I would just not have a good time because of the physical sickness that I would get. Okay? And because of that, the compromise is we do one session of Resident Evil 7 VR because I still want to give you guys that. You know, you guys contributed towards that, so I still want to do it. All right? One session for as long as I can. All right? I'll invite Mark, my friend Mark. You guys love Mark. And we'll have a good time. Okay? Plus, okay. So the compromise. Okay. One session of RE7 VR for as long as I can. So then that's guaranteed. Okay? So what I'll do is give you a choice after this to compromise. Okay? We either finish RE7 plus a choice of another game, and I'll give you that choice in just a second, or whatever other horror game plus a choice of another game. And I'll give you guys that choice in just a second. So yeah, that is how it goes. All right? No compromises for what? So I'm asking you, this is literally, I'm not joking around. I am not trolling. I am actually asking you guys to please be charitable, because I will literally, when it comes to me, if I don't want to do something because it makes me sick, I will do anything in my power to not do it. Meaning that I could probably do this, but I cannot guarantee that I will be there all the time. So this will take me probably months. You know what I mean? So anyways, so that's why I still want to give you guys an RE7 VR stream, but not finish it. Okay? So that's why I'm like, okay, then we do Resident Evil, finish RE7 normally, or whatever other horror game. Faith brought up the idea of Silent Hill F, right? Or whatever other horror game that you want me to play. Okay? So yeah, that's basically what I'm asking for. Now, here's the thing. Either finish RE7 normally or play whatever other horror game. That's guaranteed to happen this month. All right? Did you finish RE8? No, I have not. Have you played RE2 Remake? I have played RE2 Remake. Let me tell you the game that I played. I played Visage already during the last year's subathon. I played RE2 Remake a long time ago. I played RE4 Remake. I played RE8 only up until Lady D. Okay? I played Soma. I played a bunch of other games, right? A lot of people were saying Silent Hill F. I will do Silent Hill F if you guys want me to. Now, this part, the choice of another game. Here is the two choices. Okay? Choice of another game equals two things. All right? 1, Little Nightmares 3 co-op with Faith. Or Faith gave me this idea. She told me, you promised the stream Resident Evil 9 within a week of its release. You can play it on release or within a week. If not, So that's the choice of the part 2. Like, literally, I have to play it no matter what. So we will get horror games outside of October. I saw this as a win, mostly because... Okay, I didn't see it as a win. Faith saw this as a win because it's a new game, it's a horror game, it's out of season, which means that you get maximum entertainment outside of October. So, the two choices. So, what's guaranteed? This, I know it's a little convoluted, but work with me here. What's guaranteed? One session of RE7 VR. That's happening like the week of Halloween. And after that session of Resident Evil VR, we either finish RE7 normally or whatever other horror game you guys want. That's happening guaranteed. Okay? Guaranteed. Now, the bonus beyond that, because I really am sorry about this, and I really do feel bad about the not finishing RE7 VR, especially after last year's generosity. I'm like, let's do another horror game. Okay? Whatever other horror game that you guys want, the bonus is either we play Little Nightmares 3 co-op this month. Like, that's a this month type thing. Or we wait until RE9 drops. So you get two choices for the bonus. Little Nightmares 3 co-op for Faith now, or Resident Evil 9 when it drops. Because I'm not playing that game. This is your only opportunity for me to play that game, because I am not playing that game. Fuck that. I am not playing. Fuck that. No. There's no way in hell that I'm playing 9. Okay? That's just no. You may need to finish RE8 to get to 9. Nope. YouTube exists. But yes, that is yeah. So I prefer Subnautica DLC. No. Absolutely not. Yeah, so you can choose. Can we at least watch you watch RE8? Oh yeah, I'll do that. We can do that. So that's my proposition. What do you guys think about that? What would you guys think about?
Here's the deal breaker. Both games, and if not then instead of 100 we will go to a lower price of 200 subs. So I'm down for finish RE7 and then the two horror choice be RE8 and RE9 KoeKoe thinking.
You're trying to manipulate the results saying that it's our only chance? I could definitely understand why you see it that way, yeah. I can definitely understand that. But it's definitely not my intention to manipulate anything. I could definitely see that. I see your point. It definitely does seem like it, but I'm dead ass when I'm telling you I'm not playing this shit. No. But okay. So you're saying you want to do RE7, finish RE7 and RE8 and do RE9. So that's one thing. Okay, let me do, okay. Choices. RE7 plus RE8. And then RE9 when it drops. Okay. So that's that. Okay, let's take the two options. What's another proposal? It's a trilogy. Okay. So there's that. What's another what would you guys would like to see? Would you guys like to see Silent Hill F? That's a popular one, so that's why I throw it out there. I played Silent Hill 2 and I'll be a remake, and I'll be honest, the main reason why.
Shut up, amigo!
Oh.
RE7 VR, then RE7 Complete, then RE8 Game or Watch Along, then RE9 after October. That's content right there.
Yeah. It's a popular game, but a freebie choice. Okay. Okay. Can we get you to finish Fatal Frame 2? I don't think I've ever played Fatal Frame 2. I played the original Fatal Frame back in the day. Okay. So then, Little Nightmares 3 because we get more faith. Also, Subnautica Below Zero. No. Is one I'd actually watch. You know, it seems like this is the popular vote for right now. But I'll throw out... How many of you guys would like to see the original Fatal Frame? Thing is, if you're not playing RE8, then I don't want to see the RE9 gameplay. Well, that's the thing, that this is part of it. This is all part of it. Meh. Okay, Hanif, you might be the only person. Little Nightmares 3. So let's do this. Let's do another thing of Little Nightmares 3. Okay, that'll be that, okay? No RE9, Little Nightmares 3, but let's do... Okay. Okay, we get RE7 VR, one session. So let's do... RE7. Both of these are getting... Okay. This is choice number 1. Little Nightmares 3 with Faith. And let's say... Yeah, VR sessions, one session is guaranteed. So then we'll do... Okay. Let me give you the option. Little sub thing. Silent Hill F or Alien Isolation. Bro, Alien Isolation is so long. And I'll be honest, I have some friends that like horror games, but they say it's so boring. After like the mid game. Like the first 10 hours of the game is probably the most exciting. And I'm like, ugh. Label the... Oh, we'll label them. We'll label them. It's so long it gets boring. That's what I hear. I don't know. Silent Hill F or... Let's see. Fatal Frame. All right. Let's do a thing here. Let's do a straw poll. Because we have both YouTube and Twitch to think about. Okay. Okay. All right, create the poll. All right, everybody. Here is this. YouTube, thanks for participating. Twitch, thanks for participating. And let's see what people say. Let's do, this is the first poll. Let's see what people say. Okay. This is for choice number 2. I swear to God, if you do 50-50, we're not gonna get anywhere. That means that it's all up to me. And I'm playing the least scary one out of all of them. I'm not telling you which one I prefer because I know you guys are gonna go against the grain. How about playing Dredge? What's Dredge? Thanks for voting, guys. I appreciate you. Dredge. Are you on a boat? Yeah, no. I'm Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. It's a nice, calm fishing game. No. I highly doubt that. And I really, nope. Oh, no. 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 I'm good. Okay. So I'll go ahead and I will give you guys 1 more minute. If anybody else has not voted, or if you can vote, that'd be great. Seems like Fatal Frame might be the winner. I'm waiting here. This is my local time. Yeah, once this strikes 102, then I'll stop it. I'll stop it. The first person cave diving simulator? Yeah, no. I'm good. Okay. I love this song. Such a good one. Okay, seems like Silent Hill F, huh? Wait. Okay, I'm closing it. The next vote will be the one to win. Okay, Silent Hill it is. All right, Silent Hill it is. You guys are crazy. Okay. I am curious as to how long Silent Hill F is to beat. 10.5 hours? That is very doable. Okay, cool. Which one of the two is scariest to you? Silent Hill F. Because Fatal Frame is old, and I think I can deal with old graphics. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, out of all of them, and I'm completely real when I say this, I would have preferred Fatal Frame.
Brother, may I have some oats?
Delk! Okay, everyone shut up. Everyone shut up and dance. So with that being said, thank you so much, Delk, for gifting subs to the chat room. You are so generous and so kind. And whoever got gifted subs on Twitch, be sure to gift or to thank your gifter. Thank you, bro. I did that because Silent Hill F1, so thanks to chat. I guess chat really is happy about that. Yeah, so long story short, I played Fatal Frame about 3 years ago. Let me give you the proof. For those of you that don't know this, I played Fatal Frame 4 years ago. 4 years ago. There it is. So, but I only played the first 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. But I never finished it. Now, I'll say this right now, Fatal Frame, if I were to play it, I would be a little bit less scared because I kind of know what I'm expecting. And yeah, that's it. And plus the whole old graphics thing, you know, because it's old, so I can probably get around it. So if I were to have a preference, I would much rather finish Fatal Frame. But that's not what happened. Silent Hill F, I don't know what's going to happen. I am going in completely, totally blind. Other than the fact that I'm a defenseless little Japanese girl without a gun. I'm praying that there is a gun, because I'll be very happy. So I don't know. Yeah. You got a baseball bat. Fun. So, Silent Hill F. So now we got that.
Bro
We
was
still
actually
have...
smart. He would just replay the 3-year-old VOD and leave his PC.
People would be like, man, you gained weight this overnight. I was back when I was a little chubby. So this is, we still have one more decision to make. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. That was for decision 2. So here's the case. Option 1. Option 2. Now, this is the part where we really get to see what we do. We either do one session of RE7 VR, finish RE7 normally, plus RE8, and then RE9 when it drops. There's that. Option 2. One session of RE7 VR, drop Resident Evil, Silent Hill F, complete it, and then Little Nightmares 3 with Faith. All of this is happening this month, meaning I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not going to do that to you guys again. I'm doing it this month. Okay? For Halloween week. So, option 1, we do RE7 normally, finish that. RE8, here's the thing. We have to do RE7 and RE8. I would have to figure out some things. This is not like fully, this is kind of like on the fly. But we would have to wait for RE9 to when it drops. And I'm guaranteeing RE9 within the week of its release. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna play RE9 eventually. None of that. Okay. And I'm giving myself a week because I don't know what's gonna happen during that week. I don't know if things happen, et cetera, et cetera. I'm gonna try to do it as close to release time as I can. But for right now, yeah. So, now, here we go. Another straw poll. This is the end-all, be-all decision for what we do for Halloween. Imagine you'll do it dressed up for Halloween, right? Maybe I'll think of something, but I don't know. I don't know. What we do for Halloween. Okay. Option 1. Option 2. All right. Let's create this poll. I appreciate you guys voting for this so we can get this done. I just want to get this done and over with so I don't have to worry about it. It's been weighing heavy on my mental. Okay. Here's the straw poll for Twitch. Here's the straw poll for YouTube. Appreciate both platforms helping me out here. All right. And then RE9 when it drops. Yeah. Oh my god. When it says option, that means option 2. Just letting you all know, okay? That's just... Sorry. Sorry. Okay, show results. Okay. Let me put this over here. Yeah, there we go. That's better. These are the options. For those of you that are coming in or that don't know the options truly yet. So there's option... Oh, wow. Yeah. While we wait, where do you get this music? Oh, this is just a playlist on YouTube. It's this. City Pop Super Street Fighter 2 New Challenge. I love this video. It's really good. But my music outside of what I listen outside of stream,
if you want consistent blockbuster horror, go with option 1. If you want emotional trauma, go with option 2.
Emotional trauma. RE9, Resident Evil bros are dead. People want to see other things, you know. I will say that Resident Evil, out of all of these games, the one game I do not want to play, abso-fucking-lutely not, is Resident Evil 9. That's... I don't want to play that game. If I am to be, like, 100% real. I don't mean to game the system, I promise. I'm just being 100% real. Game's not even out yet. Bro, they said there's one thing that got mentioned there. Actually, two things that got mentioned there that I'm like, what the hell? They said, one, if we play as Leon, I'm like, where is Leon? If I play as Leon, I feel like a badass. And that's the whole point. I don't want it. That's why I'm playing another defenseless girl. Two, they mentioned that there might be a mechanic where you potentially randomly slip. They added a Smash Brothers Brawl mechanic to a Resident Evil game, and that I just... No. Losing control over the one thing that gives me somewhat some form of relief, running away, is just mind-boggling. I will give it to 114. I'll give you guys 1 minute and then we'll end. But it seems like this is done deal. We're playing RE7 VR, Silent Hill F, and Little Nightmares 3 with Faith, which is actually kind of cool. I actually haven't even played Little Nightmares 2. Or did I? Did I only play 1? I only did 1, right? Do I have to play 3? Do I have to play 2 to play 3? It's not like a consecutive, right? Those games are so short that I might even give you guys that as a bonus game. I might give you guys... Those are so short and pretty simple and sweet that I might just give you guys that as a bonus game just because it's made by different devs. Yeah, Little Nightmares 2 before 3. I'll probably add that as a bonus. because what I can do is, the whole point of this is I do a co-op with Faith. That's the whole point. So I don't know if it's any good or not. It's just the fact that it's, okay, I think we're good now. Okay. Seems like that's the main option, is option 2. That's the winner. Okay, good stuff. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I appreciate you guys voting and seeing what we do. So here's the thing. So this is didn't win. What we're doing. Okay. I will say that this is definitely a lot more snappy. Okay? And we can get things done. So I don't have to worry about anything, right? After this, I can worry about other stuff. Like playing, you guys said it, Yakuza Kiwami. We can play Expedition 33 without worrying about RE9 and potentially RE8. Because RE7 and RE8 are lengthy games. So this is a commitment. These are pretty snappy, pretty easy, and we can just move on after this, right? And yeah, so I am a little, I'll be honest, I'm still spooked about RE7 VR and Silent Hill F, but I think Little Nightmares 3 would be pretty fun with Faith. So this is what we're doing. RE7 VR 1 session. I'll probably invite Mark, my friend, and we'll have a good time. He'll talk shit. I'll stream for as long as I can under the VR thing. Okay? Then we do Silent Hill F. We'll finish that to completion for Halloween. And then Little Nightmares 3 co-op with Faith. I think that's a pretty short game, right? Little Nightmares 3. Yeah, it'll be fun with him here. Bro, what the world? This is a first. There's no how long to beat info on Little Nightmares 3. Is it even out? Oh, well, shit. When does it come out? Yesterday? Oh, damn. So it's freaking fresh. Oh, I wasn't even aware. Okay. Well, that's cool. Okay, so then how long is... Okay, Little Nightmares 2 is 5.5 hours. We can get this done minimum 2 streams. I'm sorry, minimum 1 stream, maximum 2 streams. Which, to be honest, is probably going to be 2 streams, knowing me. So. And then... I don't think you need to beat RE7 and 8 to play 9. I think 9... Yeah, you don't need to beat RE7, RE9 to beat RE9. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But we don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, that's kind of how this Halloween month, this Halloween activities is going to look like. Is this right here. Okay. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for compromising with me and stuff, and we'll have some fun. We'll do this, and then after this, I think you seem happy with the choice. I am. I will be completely honest. I am. It's not because, like, no matter what, I'm gonna be... Either of these options sucks, okay? Because I'm playing horror games. But I'll be honest, I'm happy because I know that I don't have to dedicate multiple hours of stream time for RE8 and RE7. I think it's easier for me to plan around, and it's easier for me to get done with these things rather than these things. You know what I mean? So that's primarily what I'm happy about. It's more digestible, it's easier to plan, and it's preferable for a streaming setting. So that's why I'm happy with the decision. Because
we need all lights off and the return of our candle, Mr. Streamer.
No comment. So. Oh, I guess I can just. So. After this, we can work on things. After this, I mean, we can do things like FF14 Shadowbringers, right? More FF14 Shadowbringers. We can do Yakuza Kiwami 2. We can do Silk Song. We can do Expedition 33, right? And there's a lot of things that we can do, right? Simbali Rudolph run. Oh, did you miss it? We already did one. So we can do a lot of other stuff with this, right? And be cool. So, Metal Gear Solid Delta or not? I'd rather get through these first than Delta. After we get through, these are like my immediate priority with games that I want to play. Oh, there's also like, bro, I mean, you can do like other things for me, like 2XKO, Street Fighter 6, Uma Musume. There's all those sprinkled around there too. VSVC, speaking of which, we're going to be doing that right now. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, we still have to do not Assassin's Creed. What is it? Accent Core. Not Accent Core. What is it? Armored Core 1.0 thing. Yeah, we saw the new Dragon Ball Fighters trailer. So, Backseat Drivers could also be a fun game to play with Faith. What's Backseat Drivers? We're gonna be watching some VTuber clips in just a second. Backseat Drivers. It does look kind of fun. So, one drives, one yells directions, and your car belongs in the junkyard. That is kind of fun. Autofister played it yesterday. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. Yeah, probably, yeah. You know about Silent Hill's water scene? What water scene? Well, I guess now is a good time to move on. Let's go ahead and watch some VTuber clips, shall we? I think it's a good time to watch some VTuber clips and get that going. So, for the people on YouTube, thanks for joining into this Just Chatting stream. We did a lot of talking, a lot of yapping, a lot of topics, current topics and stuff. We'll probably do this more. Maybe we'll do this once a week. I do want to try to do this once a week, right? So, for the people that are on YouTube, I'm going to be switching over to the official VSVC waiting room. And so if you guys tuned in, thank you. If you guys want to see VTuber clips, go on over to that waiting room. But Twitch, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. All right, guys on YouTube, thanks again for tuning into my Just Chatting stream. Take it easy, brothers. Bye-bye. Okay.